me to do an hour. She feels like I need to give more of me sometimes. So sometimes she'll make me do an hour, but I try to at least do 15 to 30 minutes. But it's one common theme, and this is not common today in our society. It's not really popular, and that is to the ladies, which I'm gonna talk to you really. And women always say, well, Tony, why don't y'all talk to the men a lot? Well, for me personally, over 80% of my supporters online are women. So I talk to who listening. I just don't believe in doing a bunch of talking to a brick wall. So if whoever here, that's who God called me to talk to. And so somebody else is talking to the men, because for me, over 80% of my following is women. So maybe TD Jakes or some of the other speakers who got more men following them, or at least 50-50, can send a message to the men. But to the ladies, the one key thing that I want y'all to understand, and this is going to be hard for you to understand, but if you are not married, and you want to be married, close your legs and close your wallet. That's the two things that you got to do for the rest of 2019 and going into 2020, is close your legs and close your wallet. And now a lot of people do not want to hear that, because a lot of women want to talk about, oh, I'm grown and I need it too, and I need this and that, and so I want to do it, and I need to test it out. You got all the excuses in the world. But like the folks used to say, the older folks used to say, you mannish, or you fresh, or you fast. You need to stop being fast and close your legs. And the reason why you got to close your legs is because for a man, that is the finish line. For your average, everyday man, now you're going to have some exceptions to the rule, but for your average, everyday man, for the men that y'all are mostly meeting, the finish line is in the bedroom, is in between your legs. When you give a man that, the race is over. And so you have to ask yourself, has this man ran a sprint, or has he ran a marathon? When a man runs a marathon for you and then he gets the prize, that's when he truly is conditioned to go the distance. That's when his mind is conditioned, his heart is conditioned, and that is when he falls in love with you. What you have to realize is that for men, the goal is to lie down with you. It is not to make love to your mind. It's to make love to your body. The goal is, and people say, oh no, that's a grown boy you talking about, Tony. They ain't a grown man. No, that's a grown man too. That's a grown man too. Just because a man is a good man or a mature man does not mean that he's a perfect man. That's what y'all need to understand. A good man, it functions, has the same desires as a grown boy. And what he wants to do, unless you meet a man who says that he is abstinent until marriage, or he is a virgin. Now, I know virgin men in their late 20s, and I know abstinent men in their late 20s. But other than that, I have not met any others. I could think of two. I can remember meeting and coaching two young men who were in the NFL and were virgins until marriage. They are married now. And so I have met men who are waiting until marriage. They do exist. Men don't broadcast it as much as women. Most men don't try to turn it into a book deal or a business like some women who are abstaining. And, but there are men who are abstaining. Now, what you have to understand is that every man who has lied down with a woman, and even a virgin man I talked to said that he is considering having sex before marriage to see what it's like. Now, every man that you meet who has already had sex will desire to do that unless he's made a commitment in his life. But what you have to understand is that just because he desires it does not mean that he will not wait. The other thing that you have to understand is that just because he puts up a fit and he gets upset and he may not talk to you for a day or two does not mean that he won't wait. See, what a man who is sexually active will do when he meets a woman who keeps telling him no every time he tries to sleep with her, what that man may do is try to put you on ice, try to first 48 you, try to smoke you out, meaning call your bluff. He'll try everything. So he may not call you for a day or two. He may ghost you for a week. What he's trying to do is see if you will get desperate and call him and say, hey, what's going on? I miss you. I really like you. I've been thinking about it. And, I've made my abstinence an idol. And, I realized after talking to my girlfriend that maybe I need to be intimate before marriage, because what happens if you wait until marriage and it's bad? And so he wants to see if you're going to start questioning yourself and backtracking on your stance. And the thing about it is what you have to realize is just because a man asks for it does not mean he wants it. What a lot of men are trying to do, and this is not right, but this is what's happening. What a lot of men are trying to do is they're trying to see what woman is different from every other woman. So if every woman is getting on her back, then he doesn't know who to choose because everybody's in the same boat. But when a woman says, I'm not going to lie down with you until I'm ready, and you as a woman, only you know you're not going to be ready until marriage, you don't have to tell him you're not going to be ready until marriage, because that would be making a promise. And the good book says, don't make a promise. Let your yea be yea and your nay be nay, because you don't have the power to change not one hair on your head to black or gray. And so you don't want to make a promise to that man. You're living day by day, and you're praying for the strength and you're praying for the grace. Because if you make a promise and you tell him you are abstaining until marriage, and he puts that full court press on you, and in a few weeks you fall into the bed, now you've lost all credibility with that man. Because now he will say, oh, you know what? This one of them old Steve Harvey 90-day rule women. She up here, saying she abstinent for clout. She wants some clout. She thought she was going to play me. She thought I was a sucker. She thought that because she say she waiting, I'm going to put her on a pedestal and treat her like a queen. And then so what I did is, bam. Okay, this, that, and the third. Okay, bam. Hit her with this, hit her with that. Next thing I know, she in the bed. That's what he gonna say when he talking to his boys, and they gonna be like, hey, I told you, bruh. I told you they be faking. I told you. That's all cap. They just saying that now because all these relationship coaches online, you know what I'm talking about, these men like Tony Gaskins and them out here just trying to get money. So they hearing them, so they coming to you and telling you, oh, I'm abstinent. And this what they gonna tell you, bruh. They gonna say this. Oh, I'm celibate. That's how you know she ain't celibate, because she can't even spell the word. She can't even say the word right. Oh, I'm celibate. The word is celibate. And look up the definition. That don't even mean what she think it mean. What she is abstinent. But she's saying she's celibate. That got a whole nother meaning. That's what a priest is. Celibate. She abstinent. Bro, listen. These women don't even know what they talking about. These women, they playing these games. Listen to me. And if you put that thing on her and she fall into the trap, leave her. Because now you know you can't trust her. Now you know she a liar. Hey, man, I'd rather have a woman who really is going to make me wait until marriage. If I got to wait 3 years till I'm ready to marry her, I'd rather that woman than the woman who tell me she's waiting until marriage and then I got her in the bed a month later. And so that's what's happening with a lot of women today. Y'all are saying that you're gonna not sleep with a man, but you have not truly made a decision. And then you go out and you tell the man that that's what you're doing, and you're telling him for clout. You're telling him for the wrong reasons. You're telling him because you're trying to look special. It's no different than saying you vegan. People saying they vegan for clout and at the house eating all kind of bacon. People saying they vegetarian for clout. People saying they on the keto diet for clout. People say they get up at 5 a.m. every morning for clout. 4:30, 3:30. You know, people saying all this kind of stuff. They work out 6 days a week for clout. Everybody trying to look special. But who really living it behind closed doors? Who really, really living it and consistent with it? And so that's the thing that's happening is y'all going out here and you trying to tell the man you not ready, but and that you waiting, and then he flipping and tossing you a couple weeks later. And then you looking crazy when he flipped the switch on you and he ghosts you or he's changed. That's because you gave him the prize before he even ran the race. You gave him the prize too early. And so what you have to realize, and it's just a sad truth, it's not right, but it's what it is. You think your prize is your mind. You think your prize is your ambition. You think your prize is your conversation skills, your intellect. That may be true for you. But for a man, the first prize is what's between your thighs. And after he gets beyond that, after he gets past that, when he realizes that that's not what that you're not giving that to him, that's when he starts to see what's in your mind, what's in your heart. Because see, a man will sleep with anything. He'll sleep with any woman. You could be airbrain and he'll sleep with you. You could be any color, height, shape, size, voice could sound any kind of way, any education level, any financial level, and he will lay you down. Because that is the first prize in a man's mind, because he is wired to be fruitful and replenish the earth. Once he gets beyond that and he realizes that that is not all to you, because you didn't put that on the platter and you didn't make that the first thing on the menu, once he realizes that you're not with that and that you're not this everyday woman that he's used to dealing with that's going to allow him to kick a little game and then be on your back, once he realizes that, then he steps it up and he starts to make love to your mind. And when he starts to make love to your mind, what happens is at that point, that's when he falls in love. Because see, love making is not intercourse. Love making is conversation and quality time. So making love has nothing to do with lying down together. And once you realize that, that's when you tap into something special. And so what happens is, if you can really make a decision that you are going to be obedient to your belief system, to what God has called you to in this season of your life, and you are unwilling to compromise your morals and your values and your standards, the man will see you in a different light than he sees majority of other women. And then when he looks beyond the physical, when he looks beyond that intercourse, that level of intimacy, and then he understands what real intimacy is, which is conversation and healthy, effective communication, Now he falls in love. And when he falls in love with who you are, and you fall in love with who he is, now you have something real, because it's bigger than intercourse. It is bigger than that. And so that is why when people say, well, I need to try it, because what if we don't and then we get married and it's terrible? To be honest with you, there's no such thing as terrible when you're in love. The reason why that action is not good is when you're doing it with someone that you are not in love with. And that is typically out when you're outside of marriage. When you are out of wedlock and you are having intercourse, that's when it's bad. But if you reserve intercourse for marriage, and you build love through conversation, communication, quality time, when you get married, that act will be the cherry on top. It's not the cake. And that's what a lot of people who don't understand real love, who have never had real love. Anytime I hear a person put a lot of emphasis on sleeping together, that is a clear indication to me that they've never experienced real love. Because when you have real love, that's love making. Like me being married, going on 13 years of marriage at the age of 35, going on 13 years of marriage at 35 years old, I know real love now. And knowing real love, I can go months. If I had to, I can go months without physical intercourse and still be in love. Yeah, I may feel a little frustrated, but I can literally go months if I had to. And because things happen in life, may have a surgery, may have a back surgery, can't do nothing. May have a baby, supposed to wait 6 weeks. So it's times in life where you may have to wait 6, 8 weeks or more due to sickness. And that's the problem with putting so much emphasis on intercourse, because I see couples where one of their partners has had a stroke at a young age, in their 30s, 40s, and now cannot perform intercourse. So if all you had was that, then what do you have? I've dealt with couples who cannot communicate, and they say, well, we get along through intercourse. You don't have anything then, because it's gonna come a day that's off the table anyways. When the male's body doesn't perform the same, and maybe a woman gets to a point to where she really is not crazy about it. So what do you have? If you cannot make love without intercourse, meaning with conversation, communication, and quality time, then you don't have a relationship. So the goal and the focus should be is let me make love to my partner's mind, not my partner's body. First, let me make love to her mind and get to know who she is here in her mind, not between her thighs. Get to know who she is, fall in love with her. Then know her. Know her. When I say know her, I mean intercourse. Then know her. But see, that makes too much sense for this society. It takes too much time, because we're in a microwave society where we want instant gratification. If you're not married, but you got a partner and y'all are sexually active, try being abstinent. Try abstaining from that act of intercourse, and try 7 days, then go 14 days, then go 21, then go 31, and see what y'all have. See what you have. See if you can make love to one another's mind. See if your quality time and your conversation is good enough. And if that's not good enough, if you remove the physical intercourse in all sexual acts, you remove all of that and you go to quality time and conversation. If your relationship falls apart and it goes to just arguing, that's when you know that you have nothing. That you have nothing. Because that act should be a plus, not a priority. Because life may not always allow for it to be a priority. Because schedules, body changes, ailments, sicknesses, surgeries, being able to come together physically, intimately, may not always be on the table. So if you don't have mental stimulation and real love, you have nothing. So understand that is why it's important to stick to the blueprint of the Creator that says keep that off the table until marriage. Because you need to know who you are with. That's the reason. That's the benefit of it, of knowing who you are with versus what type of lustful chemistry do you have. And I have to be in a real seminar to go a little deeper on that to help y'all understand the other side of it when you build real love and the benefits of the intimacy when you have real love, and how much synergy there is even for people who don't have a lot of experience with intimacy, physical intimacy. When you have real love, the experience is on a whole nother level than somebody who could have 100 bodies to their name and have a whole lot of experience, or one body or 5 bodies, but just was so active with that person that they got a whole lot of experience. The experience when you have real love is totally different. Now on the other side of closing your legs is closing your wallet. And if this man, then you zip your pants up. And I encourage the men, even though I'm talking to a brick wall, I encourage the men to zip your pants up and see if you can make love to this woman's mind. See if you enjoy her conversation and who she is as a woman. And remove that off the table. Remove the physical intimacy off the table and see if you can fall in love with her intellect, with her heart, with her spirit, with her belief system, with her morals and values, and fall in love, not some love, a little bit of love, little feelings, but fall in love with her. Then when you know you are in love and you know she is the one, then marry her and make a lifetime commitment to her. See, all that right there, that's y'all men wanna lick on necks. Y'all wanna lick on necks. Y'all wanna suck on ears. Y'all wanna suck on toes. You wanna do all this other stuff for a turn on for the woman. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna turn on, what's gonna turn her on. Make love to her mind with your conversation. Then let her see your grind with your ambition. Then give her a ring. Put a ring on it. Then marry her and make a lifetime commitment. That's a turn on. That's what's gonna turn her on. Then when she's your wife for life, that's when you could worry about making love physically. And see, men getting it backwards. And so you trying to go break backs and you trying to do all this extra, and it's still whack, because the mind is the largest sexual organ. So if you don't make love to the mind, then what you doing with y'all bodies is just, that's what it is. So understand that. And now, ladies, on the other side of this, and this for the women specifically, is close your wallet. Your wallet should only be open to your husband. And that's when the two become one. If this not your husband, then you shouldn't be splurging on him. You shouldn't be, I saw the video of the girl who looked like a boyfriend. Looked like a boyfriend. Forgive me if it's her husband. If it's your husband, okay, cool. He looked guilty to me. He walked in the room and she had all the rose petals out and she had all the Gucci shoes and Gucci belt. His bath water ran. He don't even take no bath. He don't even take baths. He takes showers. He don't even take baths. She got the bath water ran. She got money. And she, you ain't even see the money for your business. You ain't even see the money for your business. He don't even know how to do business. That need to be for business consulting. He don't even know what he doing. The boy looked at 21 years old. And see, this is what I mean by women giving a boyfriend, and if it's her husband, then that's different. But he had boyfriend spirit to me. And she had girlfriend, thirsty, desperate girlfriend spirit to me. And husbands and wives can do that. But she could have said that in there. But my point is, a lot of women doing that for their boyfriend, even if that was her husband. A lot of women doing it for their boyfriend, and you splurging for your boyfriend for the ground. So when you go and you spending your hard-earned money on a man that is not your husband, and that could be gone any day and twice on Sunday, that could leave you any day and twice on Sunday, when you splurging on a man like that is not your husband for the ground, trying to get cool points, you're not getting cool points. You're getting fool points. Because that same man will take the money you gave him to invest in his business and go spend it on another woman. That same man will put them shoes on you bought him and walk out your life and be wearing the Gucci belt you gave him and smelling good with the bath water that you ran for him. A man, and this is what I need you to understand. I can say this because I'm already married. A man has done nothing for a woman until he walks you down the aisle. And when I say down the aisle, I don't mean just a wedding. I mean until he marries you. A man has done nothing for you until he marries you. And when he marries you, that is not the end. That's not the finish line. That's the beginning line. But he's done nothing to deserve praise until he marries you. When he marries you, now the fun begins, and now he has to be conditioned to run the marathon. Now he has to be conditioned for a lifetime love. But see, what's happening is women are getting desperate and lonely and rushing into a situation with the wrong man and trying to buy a man by getting them Louis and Gucci, trying to buy the man's love, paying for expensive dinners. At best, what you need to be doing before marriage is going half, at best. Or y'all taking turns. So if y'all go to Red Lobster, this is the thing. Don't let him take you to Red Lobster and you pay for Red Lobster, and then, he pay for Red Lobster, and then you take him to crustaceans and you paying for crustaceans. That don't count when y'all taking turns paying, but you paying $50, he paying $50, and you paying $250. That don't count. So what you have to understand about a relationship, man, look here, I got to do me some seminars. It's 30 minutes gone. I feel like I've been talking 5 minutes. What you got to understand about a relationship before marriage is that y'all are two independent people. So women, stop expecting a boyfriend to pay your bills. Stop expecting a boyfriend. If he want to offer to pay your bills, then that's a man. A man is supposed to be the one. If anybody paying, it should be the man. It shouldn't be you paying his bills and you loaning him money. Because the man has to ask for your hand in marriage. The man got to pay his dowry. The man is supposed to be showing that he is ready and willing to protect and provide. And so what you got to understand is that y'all are two independent individuals. So this means both of y'all need to be able to pay for your own transportation. Both of you need to be able to pay for your own living space and take care of all your bills by yourself, because that is independent. If one of y'all can pay all your bills and the other one cannot pay all their bills, the person who cannot pay all their bills is a dependent. So in the maturity continuum, you go from dependent to independent to interdependent. And some of y'all get stuck in between independent and interdependent. Y'all deviate and become codependent, which is unhealthy. Look up the definition. Just Google codependent after this. Write it down right now, but Google it later. And so the goal in marriage is to be interdependent. This means that both of you can stand on your own 2 feet if you have to, but you join forces. It's like merging companies. It means like both of y'all doing good, you're profitable in your business, and you say, you know what, we better together than competing against one another. So you bring both of you together and you come into one account in marriage. And you have one account, but then both of you have your individual accounts where the money goes into one pot, the joint account, when you're married, and then both of you get an allowance. So you got clothes and shoes and stuff you need to buy and stuff you want to do and gifts you want to buy for friends and family for birthdays and holidays. So you put money into your independent, your individual account. And both of you do that, so that if you want to go surprise your husband, your spouse, I ain't talking about boyfriend, girlfriends, if you want to surprise your spouse with a gift, they can't log in and see that you done swiped that Neiman Marcus and know you bringing them a gift before you bring the gift, because you done transferred from the joint account to your individual account. But see, what's happening is in the dating space, y'all, you know, women trying to buy a man, trying to show that you don't need a man. And that does not flatter a man. By you splurging on him and spending all this money on him and paying for the dates and paying for the vacations. That does not, that does not make a man respect you. What that does is it sends a message to a man that this woman is desperate for love and she trying to buy me. So instead of him, so that switches his mindset from protector and provider to perpetrator and leech. So now he say, okay, oh, you a fool. So if you a fool, I'm gonna let you play the fool. Yeah, give me these new Yeezys. Yeah, give me this new motorcycle. Yeah, invest in this business, in my lawn care business. You know, yeah, do this here. Yeah, let me move in with you. Yeah, let me save my money to go to school. You know, he shifts his mindset when you come in and you become the provider and you show him the provider. He's like, oh, okay, I'm finna be a stay-at-home dad. Okay, me? And so he shifts his whole mindset because you trying to prove a point. Because you trying to prove, oh, I don't need no man. I can take care of myself. Okay, take care of yourself. Pay your bills. Take care of your kids if you got kids. Take care of your tuition. Take care of your credit. Take care of you. And let him take care of him. And then y'all come together in marriage and you interdependent. So, and at that point, it don't matter who make the most money because the two become one. So I may out-earn my wife, but my money is her money. Anything that I earn that is paid to Tony Gaskins, it belongs to Cherie Gaskins too. And she can spend whatever she want of it and vice versa because we won. And in marriage, that may fluctuate. You know, right now, Steph Curry earns more than Ayesha Curry. But when he retires, Ayesha Curry may be earning more than Steph Curry. So in marriage, the two become one. It don't matter who make the most because you won. And as long as it's no taking advantage of, and you are not sleeping with the enemy, and you with real love. But see, the only way you're gonna have that real love is if you built real love in dating. But if y'all were flipping and tossing in the bedroom while y'all before marriage, now when you get married, you don't know if you really married, if you with a soulmate or you with a cellmate. You don't really know if you in prison or if you in peace and prosperity. If you were flipping and tossing before marriage, because y'all didn't build on real love. You didn't build on a firm foundation. You built on lust, and you built on deception and manipulation and game and lies. And so when you get in marriage, yeah, you could get taken advantage of. And see, that's what's happening today. When you look on the celebrity realm, you see a lot of women who about their bag. They about their bag, but they come in trying to prove a point. So the man say, oh, okay, you want to buy me a Lambo? Okay, you want to splurge, you want to get me this, get me that, you want to pay to go to Turks and Caicos, you want to do all this and that, take care of me? Okay, I'm going to let you take care of me. And then they get married, then realize they sleeping with the enemy, and then got to be filing divorce 5, 8, 10 years later. And then the man asking to keep the house or to get spousal support. And that's because before marriage, instead of having your eyes open and your legs closed, you were spread eagle with your eyes closed. Hey, too much truth. I got to go. Hey, God bless y'all. I'm going to put this up on YouTube, the replay. So if you missed any of it, I'm going to upload on YouTube. It'll be there. Go to my YouTube at youtube.com/Tony Gaskins. God bless you. We'll talk. And YouTube, where you're gonna be able to see it. So don't write. Anybody could type in YouTube. So don't write me in the DM. Hey, where the live at? You need to put it up. Put it on IGTV. No, I'll put it on YouTube. Cause what YouTube got going on over there, I like what YouTube got going on. IGTV don't have that.